Hi there, welcome to 30 minutes of my day. I have a little bit of work to do today and thought I'll turn the camera on. First, I want to remind you about the giveaway that I'm having in case you're just popping in today and haven't been on for a while. I'm fixing my camera there. I'm doing a giveaway for my subscribers. For my subscribers and my followers, because if you here at YouTube you're a subscriber, but over on Instagram, or if it's over there, you're a follower. So and that's what I'm hoping to do, because I recently changed my Instagram address to catherinebrown.art. And to encourage people to follow me over at my new address, because I retired my Sunnyside Journals address, I thought, let's do a giveaway. And let's see how high up we could get my subscribers right here on YouTube, and get some new followers over on Instagram. So the prize, there are 3 prizes, and one is an Edith Holden postcard. Oh, there it is. And a Two Nanas bookmark that I made. One of these goes in every one of my journals. And it's got a little bit of Edith on there. It's like an Edith extravaganza, I've been calling it. And another prize is an Edith postcard. There we go. And a little Catherine altered plan card that also has some Edith fussy cutting here and here, and that's one of the pages. I like that it says wildflowers right there. And then, of course, this is the pièce de la résistance. It's a full copy. I'm tongue-tied for a second. It's a 1980 edition of the actual book. This is the whole book. It's not a miniature book. This is the real book. So if you would like a chance to win this book, and I will be shipping this as long as I can ship to where you are in the world, as long as I can legally ship there. Unfortunately, there's some issues going on in the world right now, but if I can get this to you, I will. So yeah, you just need to subscribe to my channel, and you have to follow me at my Instagram. So click on the link down below, because that will take you to the actual video where you need to be commenting in. You need to comment in the comments, "Hi, I subscribe and I follow," so that I know that I can check and make sure that you do on both if you're one of the 3 winners. And I will be doing the giveaway draw on this coming Sunday morning. So that's Sunday, March 13th. I'll be doing it at 10 a.m. New York time. I say New York time so that everywhere in the world, people usually know what time it is in New York. I don't live in New York, but I'm in the same time zone as New York. So right up until 9:59, I will be watching my clock, and as soon as it says 10, boom, the entrants are closed. So, and then however long it takes for me to find the 3 winners, and then upload the video of that. Hopefully it will be within about an hour or so that I can upload and announce who the winners are of the 3 prizes. So I hope you'll click down below, go over to that video, subscribe, let me know that you subscribed, and let me know that you're a follower over at Instagram. Go over there and follow me. So, and if you run an artsy fartsy channel over on Instagram, I'd like to follow you back. So, the ladies are in the presses right now. Well, Frida's not, but the other 3, I've just left them in the presses. And a few of you have been asking about that. And I usually will just press signatures just overnight. But it doesn't hurt to leave them in the press if you're working on something else in the meantime. It won't hurt it. So I want to make one of these to put in each of the ladies. And I've made this before in another journal, and a few of you said, "How did you make that?" And I said, "Oh, I'll do a video on it," and then I didn't. So now I am. And it's very easy. I'm sure someone else already thought of it. I don't know. I do not think I've ever seen anyone do it, but it's so goof-proof. Someone's done it. I promise you. Someone out there has done it. And if it was you, thank you. Let me know, and I would love to acknowledge you in my description of this video that you're the one who thought of it. I have a feeling it seems like one of those no-brainer kind of ideas that it just makes good common sense to make this sort of thing. And what it is it's just, it's like a pocket. It's an unusual shaped pocket that can get sewn right into your signature. So imagine that this is your book. You just put it in, and then when you sew your signatures, you can either put it in the center of the signature, so that looks kind of cool, which is what I have done in the past, or else if you put it in into somewhere in between in your signature, half will show. Imagine that that's another page there. My arm is a page. Half will show, and that will look kind of cool. And then when you get to the other side, the other half will show. I like it in the middle because I think it's quite a cool showcase looking thing. So we're going to make one. And when I made this one, I used folios from out of this book, which is the Income Tax Act, which is the law in Canada for our income tax for 1949 to 1950. So let's just take one of these out. I really love the folios in this book. I love the paper. It's very nice quality paper. It's a creamy color as opposed to bright white. I like how the font changes in size and bold and regular, and here and there I see italics because it's quoting, it's the law, right? So it's quoting subsections and what have you. I love that it has the corners clipped. So, you know what, I should get out a few because I'm going to need 4. But I'm only going to make one today, so you know what, I'll get the others out later. I'm going to make one now with you. I'll be making 3 more afterwards. So, oh, I can feel some glue in there. So I'm just getting out the little chunks of glue. There we go. All right. So this one is not inked. My brain was searching for the words. This one's not inked. The one that I put into the previous journal, I'm trying to think. I'm thinking it was Juliet that I put one of these in. Can't remember. Doesn't matter. I inked it, and I really like how it looks inked. So, but this also looks nice, and some people aren't into ink. I'm totally into ink. So you, as I said, you need a full folio taken out of your book, and it doesn't really matter what size, I don't think, because it would just simply affect your finished product. So I guess you don't want to use paper that's too big so that it's too wide for your book. Let me see if I can find Frida. She's not in yet. Where are you, Frida? Okay, here's a signature for Frida. So I don't want this to be wider. Do you see what I mean? So this is going to be a nice size. All the ladies' signatures are the same size. But see, if I was making a book this big, you don't want it hanging out the side. Oh, got it. There we go. So let's get started. So all I did was open it up, and then I fold it to the other side, just approximately. Now, this one has sewing on it. you don't have to sew it. If you want, just glue it. So then I open it up again. And then what I'm going to do is this fold here that we just created is, now we know that that's the center. I'm going to bring these corners down and have them run just maybe about 1/16 of an inch away from the center fold. And I'm doing that for a reason. There's just no need to bulk up that center fold. It will unnecessarily make your signature a little bit thicker than it needs to be. This way it'll fold nicely, especially if you plan on putting it somewhere in the middle of your signature and not necessarily in the center. See how that means that fold will open and close a little less, it will be a little less bulky. So now I'm going to bring this one up because this is going to become our smaller fold up, and hence a pocket. Where's something I can use? Well, let's pretend this is it. See, that's going to be your pocket. That just leaves you room for doing some really cool collaging. If you wanted to, you could glue on some blank paper here for journaling space, collaging space. You could glue another pocket on this side. It'd be very easy to do. Just I see how it's endless possibilities. So now I'm just going to, this is about 1.25 inches, I think I measured from here to, from the top of that point to the top of that point is about 1.25 inches. You can just do whatever size you want it to be. And I'm just going to fold it back, and I'm actually just going to cut that off because we don't need that. So let's just take that off. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is fold this one inside. Again, I'm just going to take it to just a smidge beside that center fold and fold that down. And what it does is I think it gives an interesting background for if you're going to collage on it, because then you've got interesting typing and font faces, and they're going in different directions. So then that comes up like that, and there you go. And then you've got your different little tucky spots. Now I will be sewing mine. You don't have to. You could just glue. Use a glue that you know and trust. I'm going to glue it down anyways, even though I'm sewing. I will be gluing it just to give it a little extra strength. But for the most part, I expect that the sewing will hold this down just fine. Glue stick is fine. There you go. And then this one. Again, I mostly just want to hold it down. I'm not worried that there's complete glue coverage. Oh, what are you doing back? What are you doing back? Thank you. Thank you. So then it will it will do that. Now, if you follow me, you know, love distress ink. So I will be inking mine. You do not have to ink if you're not an ink enjoyer, but I am. Where is my brush? There it is. I'm just going to lightly ink. I just want enough to, you know, give the edges a little definition. I'll be inking both sides because these will be like a flippy page. I made the executive decision yesterday that I'll be using black threads in all the ladies. If you're just here and you haven't been following along the past few days, I'm working on 4 books at once, which is, I don't do it very often. Maybe twice a year I'll do a few books at once. And in this case I have some Dutch dictionaries. They're Dutch to French and French to Dutch, and then 2 more Dutch to German and German to Dutch. And they're really cool books. And they're big. These are going to be significant size journals. So, and I've been calling them the ladies because I didn't like the font on the spine. And I wanted to cover it up, and I decided to do some paintings of some ladies. And since yesterday was International Women's Day, it's kind of fitting that I'm working on all the ladies for this week. So I'm just doing all the, wherever there's a seam, I'm just giving it a light little bit of ink. And then we'll do this side right in there. I don't have to do the whole thing, but I do like a little. I must say, I do enjoy a little. Did you get them? You didn't get much. There, that's better. And then you. So I just keep flipping and flopping and putting it back into its place until I determine that I have inked everything the way I like it. I want a little bit more. You can ink after you sew. If you're doing a light thread like this, be prepared because the thread will grab your ink. And that can also look cool. So I'm just making sure all the sides are inked to my liking. There we go. Now, if you don't have a sewing machine, or perhaps you don't feel like sewing, you've put it away, it's in your car, you can do faux stitching. So, because I know not everyone, maybe you've got a sewing machine, but you're actually a seamstress sewer, and you don't want to use your beloved sewing machine on paper. I totally get that. I just use an old clunker. It's my mom's sewing machine, and she made beautiful quilts with it. I myself do not make quilts, and so I have no problem using it for paper because it still makes me smile. And I know she'd say, Catherine, you do whatever you need to do with it. I know she would. Anyhow, get yourself a fine permanent marker. This is Micron markers. I love Micron markers. They're archival quality. I'm talking too fast for my mouth. And just draw some dashes along your edges here. And it looks really cool. I sometimes, for whatever reason, I'll do faux stitching, and I've had many people go, "Is that sewing? Is that not sewing?" And they have to they look twice and 3 times to see what it is. So feel free to do that instead. But I'm going to sew, because I'm using black thread and I like the black ink on this, I will be using black thread. So I'm going to pause for a moment, and I'll be right back. Okay, so there we go. I was thinking I might have wanted to put some of those cool knots like on Shinuki Art. She does cool tangled up thread. But then I didn't. So I totally got into it, and before you knew it, it got away from me. So I usually will just pop through the threads to one side. Depending on what I'm making will determine whether I want the threads sticking out or whether I want to hide them. I want this to be a mess. I'm not looking for neat and tidy here. So I don't really care which side it sticks out of. And you know me, whenever possible, I'm one of those ones I prefer long dangly threads. Give me the drama. Bring on the drama. Junk journal drama. So if my sewing has run right off the edge of the page, there's no point trying to pop it through to one side or the other. I just will tie my knots. I do my usual Cub Scout, a reef knot. Left over right and under, right over left and under, and then I do one more for good measure, so I do it 3 times. It's just the OCD in me. So we get that. Oh, I didn't put my timer back on. There we go. There we go. So you can see there's the sewing is just for fun, not necessary. You can either just leave it no sewing at all or do faux sewing. Or I don't see why you couldn't hand stitch it. It would be quite a bit of work. I would suggest you use that you pre-poke holes into it so that you don't totally wrinkle your papers. If you didn't know and you have one of these Tim Holtz rulers, you'll see on the one side there are pre-punched little holes, so you can put it along the edge of your paper on something that's like foamy on the back, or else a Yellow Pages book, and just use a needle and poke holes ahead of time, and then you can sew your thread through real easy, and your stitches will be nicely spaced. Now I did that one, talking too much. So that would also be an option if you want. Okay. Did I already tie you? I think I did. I'm going to do one more because I won't know until I watch this for editing. So, well, there's a lot there. So, all right. So, and then I also flip it over and just push down all those little every single stitch, the paper gets displaced, right? So I just push it down. So, like I said, I'm sure someone else thought of this before, or else several people have thought of it. It sure seems like a no-brainer thing to do with the folio out of a page. I think it would look kind of cool, with, gosh, I sounded Canadian right there. Using a page out of Sears Roebuck catalog. I think that would be fun. There. There we go. Cute, huh? Cute, easy. Where's my signature for Frida? So now see what I mean. Now I enjoy this right in the very center because then you can, I put it right to the bottom, that way I can put tall things in those pockets. And you've got lots of room here for collaging, from putting another little pocket on top of it. On the other side, you can put tissue paper so that it can be written on, or collaging. See how that's kind of cool? That's a nice deep pocket. But I can see how it could also be put here, somewhere inside. Then you would only see one side, and that's also kind of cool when you think about it. Then you would come across, as you're going through your book, page turn, whoa, what's this? And, you know, that's cool. Or else turn it around so that it's that way. And then you got your pocket on that side. You can always put another one on that side. Anyhow, so there you go. I've got to make 3 more now, so that all the ladies have one. I'm not going to do that on camera, but so I finally got around to it and showed you how I made this, and it turns into that by just using a folio out of an interesting looking book. So thanks for joining me. Take care. If you haven't joined in on my giveaway that will be coming up on Sunday, be sure and click down below and go do what you need to do. And then you can get in on the fun. And have a great rest of your day. We'll talk soon. Bye.